Hello.
Hello, hello. Ow.
Uh, How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I can't complain. Been
That's good.
skiing and being outside, and the sun's out, so life is good here in New
You've
Mexico.
been getting to ski a lot lately in the last few weeks,
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah. Well, it's melting soon. I
Yes,
mean, when it gets hot here, the skiing's over. So when it's good, everybody goes skiing.
I understand completely because
Yeah,
it's been quite warm here.
yeah. No, it's warming up big time. So, and how about you, Deb? How are you feeling from your COVID? All recovered?
I'm mostly recovered. I'm still a little tired, and I'm still having a little bit of trouble um, being winded sometimes.
Right, right.
But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Now, if it would stop raining, then I might be able to walk. So,
Yeah.
so I have a little trouble with damp weather, and it's been raining here.
How long for a week or just a couple of days? Or,
We had a really big storm a few days ago,
right,
and then
yeah,
it's been kind of off and on,
right.
like all day today. It was damp.
Well, yeah,
It
okay.
never actually really rained hard, but it was wet all day. And so now that the sun's going down, it's starting to dry out. So hopefully by morning it'll be better and I'll be able to get around a little easier.
Right. Well, that's good.
So
We have some people in the chat.
we
Hey,
do.
Detective is here.
Dream Detective Kate. Hi, Kate. And Beth Espagio Rising is
Yeah.
here. I haven't seen the notification yet, so hopefully that will come momentarily and people will realize we're here. But, it's been an interesting week.
I've been short-tempered this week.
Have you? The energy is different this week.
It's different, yeah.
It is, and
Yeah.
I imagine it's partially the full moon, but I think there's other things at play.
Yeah, other things, like like my tolerance level is shorter than normal with certain things. So,
Gerald Tarot Stash is here,
Stash.
lurking.
Sorry, I missed your show.
Beth has said the
yeah.
notification.
So we should do a collaboration with Tarot Stash and Kate, the four of us someday.
That would sound good. I believe that.
Party.
I know Kate would be interested in that. We'll have to talk really nice and see if Gerald would like to do that. But Kate has also expressed an interest in that. Us all working together. Hi, Swampy.
Yeah, the sidetracked communications. That's how I feel too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been kind of loopy.
And Judy B.
Judy B. Sort of discombobulated.
Yeah, she said she'd like.
Yeah, that would be great. We would get a good
psychic. And Gerald said, can the internet handle that?
Well, you have to find out, right? Yeah, we got to find out. So it would be a good psychic bounce for us. Good for our confidence.
Yes, it would. It would. Gerald insists he's not a medium, but he is. He just hasn't stepped into it yet.
Right. When I started, Gerald, I wasn't. I just started. I just took a few classes and sort of switched my brain in another place, and it just started building. I mean, and we are practicing. So.
And I wasn't until Sun Psychic Jean told me that I am a medium.
Right.
And then she proved it to me. Tarot Stash, Gerald has
I'm
said,
an,
I'm
I'm
an
an extra
XX.
large.
He's not a medium, he's an XL.
Extra large. I bet you are, baby. Oh,
I believe that's probably true because mostly I don't remember what happened when I'm reading tarot. So,
yeah.
and Gerald, I absolutely believe he's channeling spirit when he reads tarot.
What would be, yeah, no, because really the tarot is just a tool to
Yes.
get your brain to sort of get out of your own way.
Yes, and it's like a nudge,
A nudge
in the direction.
Yeah. So it'd be worth practicing with your cards, Mr. Stash, because you've certainly got a great talent there, good insight. So, I can't. You know what? I can't. Getting old is no fun. I need glasses for close up. I need glasses for far away.
I have, yes, I have. And okay, now I have the close up glasses and the far away glasses, and I cannot see with hardly any of them. So
yeah.
you go and you get your glasses, and then your eyes change before you even get the prescription.
Yeah, and they're not cheap either.
No, they're not.
They're not cheap. They like to get that going.
So now I have a pair of glasses I have to wear when I'm driving that I can't see.
Yeah, I know.
Any better than without them.
I do channel when I read. I'm being silly. Well, silliness is a good way to open up
We know you're
channels
being
of communication and relax what's going on. Because I did a little bit of training horses, and there's one theory that you go in and you actually play with your horse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you sort of get that light energy and you play,
right?
And that increases the energetic communication between the two of you.
Yes.
So being silly is good.
I actually, when I play with my dog, sometimes I will throw, Monkey. I'll throw his toy where he can't see it, and then I will look at where I threw the toy, and he'll go and get it.
I'll go and get it. Yeah.
So yes, anytime you can practice is good.
Is good. Yeah.
I've done that. Look for my glasses and they were on my face.
Right. Or they're up on top of your head and you're looking for them like that.
I've done that too.
Yeah. So. Play opens channels and trust. It does.
Absolutely.
It really does.
And so does imagining.
Yeah. It's like a sacred pact almost.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's why rock and roll concerts were so much fun.
Yes.
I love going to rock and roll concerts.
I haven't been to one in ages.
No, but when I went to a lot of them. The outside concerts that weren't too big were so nice. So
yes.
Yeah.
So we are going to be accepting questions for mediumship, which is speaking with loved ones that have passed on, or caller readings, and questions of spirit. Yes.
Spirit, yeah.
Spirit guides and that sort of thing. So we are open if you'd like to put a question in the chat. If you would make them in capital letters, it would be easier for us to see.
This is the old over 65 request.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and they could be silly questions, Tarot Stash.
Yes, they could. They can be silly. There's a good amount of silliness that my guides will put me through sometimes.
Right.
And now I'm meaning current energy. Okay.
Yeah.
Beth has a question. Can you please read on my energy right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Karen. Karen Robinson has joined us. I got your question, Swampy. Okay, I got yours too, Kate. All right.
So I'm getting, is it Asperia? How
Aspasia Rising. Her name is Beth.
Rising.
Beth.
Kind of feeling that you're, I'm going to use the word lost, but without the negative connotation. That you're kind of, you sort of finished one type of identity, or let's see, let me see if I have to get the right words. That you're ready for something new. That what you've been working on or contemplating or doing is sort of completed, or you've gotten as much out of it as you can, and that you're open for something new, maybe a new project. And the project could be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. That you're sort of casting out for some new food, new things to think about, new things to do. And this is a good thing. It doesn't feel good when you start it. It's like starting a painting. You're kind of like, you have that blank canvas and you're not sure where you want to go. But once you start, once you dig into into your new place, then things are going to start to grow. Things will start going. And I see this as being a very positive thing, and it's a mystery. I think you're going to discover things about yourself, or rekindle things about yourself that you haven't before. It's sort of like me discovering skiing after 45 years. I'm like a whole new person. I feel like I'm 18 again. And it could be on any level, a spiritual, emotional, or mental level, but a rebirth, I feel. And breathe deeply and have trust that your guides and the angels and the universes will help this new energy move to you.
You read my cards.
Yeah.
I got the world. So everything's changing or has changed in the midst of changing. You may not know what you want to do, but you probably are the Earth Mama, the Empress, pregnant with possibilities.
Great.
So you take pride and joy in being that, in finding the new things. The new things may be coming in quickly. Be open to them. And the last card I got, the rebirth, the death card. So you got all of everything that Thayer said showed up in my cards. And the only thing that I would add is that embrace being the Earth Mama. Embrace it, because it's looking at you. And I got
where they live. Yeah.
Spot on, Thayer. And I am discovering new things about myself. Absolutely, she is. And
I just think it's as the new earth. I really feel like it's just going to keep coming.
mm-hmm.
You're going to be the retired 18-year-old or something.
Yeah. And have fun with it. Just get in there and just let it happen.
Let it happen. Yeah. Thank you for the first question.
Yes,
that was a good warm-up question for both of us. No.
And that was such a positive thing too. It's nice. Okay, let's see. Swampy would like a color reading.
You know, I'm getting spring colors for you. I'm not getting one color. I'm getting sort of the color of Deb's shirt and that nice sort of lime, that fresh spring green that you get when the buds first come out. And it's kind of wrapped up in this purple, like a deep purple. So we've got a green and pink and purple, which Kuan Yin reminds me of Kuan Yin. Compassion, love, new life. And the purple is very, for me, it's very royal. It's very ethereal. So let me just see what we got about this. You know, I feel like you can that you're a psychic with much compassion, and that you're connected to older, higher realms, and you have the ability to be compassionate and help other people move forward in their lives. And it not necessarily is literal, but you have that ability to inspire and help and support other people.
So Swampy said, I just got some lemon jade I use for my jewelry making. Lisa, I got your question. I got purple right away. And to me, purple is mystery. It's embracing the metaphysical and accepting that you have abilities and that you can use them, and you can use them. You can keep them to yourself, but you can share them too. So, and I don't mean necessarily like we're doing. I mean, just in your everyday life, you can share and be a light, be a beacon of hope, be who you are. And that was the very first thing I saw was purple. So you wrapped in purple.
Yeah, I saw the two colors, but then I saw it being wrapped in purple. And I bet you people come to you for advice, and you're very kind with them, and you're always very helpful, and that you're a giver, a real giver. So yeah. Do you have a daughter? Is she going to have a baby? Something about fertility. Do you have I don't know how old you are, Swampy. But a daughter or somebody in your family is going to be pregnant soon.
I didn't see that.
So. I don't know where that came from. It just popped in my head. So
there you go.
Is Swampy the one that's got the channel? Does she have her own tarot channel?
Do you have a channel?
Oh, okay, different Swampy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa. Teresa's here, giving everyone hugs.
Dream Detective Kate.
Dream Detective Kate just found out yesterday that my second family are all but one now gone. Can you see if someone from that family will say hello?
Okay, second family. I'm just going to just take that as it's just okay. Somebody, okay, see if somebody in spirit wants to say hello to Dream Detective Kate. So I'm seeing a very loving, outgoing, chatty woman who has the same hair color as you. And she is sort of not in a negative way, but sort of she was the glue, or she would always bring all the names and stuff together. If you sat down for coffee with her, you'd find out what was going on with everybody in the family. And she loved the family. She loved the intricacies of the family. She loved being being an energy for the family, and people would always feel comfortable and relaxed around her. She's saying to Kate, we're all having a nice party over here. We'll see you when you get here. That they're playing cards or drinking iced tea, and people are going out doing sports, or that they're very active in doing things and enjoying each other. She said, I think that you probably miss their company or miss that type of energy with them. But I feel like I don't know if you're blood related or not, but I feel, Kate, you've got that wonderful voice and wonderful insight, and you have this beautiful, sweet, flowing energy. And I feel like you share that with this woman. She's showing me Carol Burnett. I don't know if that's correct, but that kind of boisterous, fun, loving energy. So I'm hoping I get. She says we're fine, and there's a son or a little boy or a young male that's there with them. And I just see them being very active, and having a lot of fun. And she thinks it's very nice that you have fresh flowers in your house often. That was something that you shared, or the fresh flowers, or that the beauty of life. She likes that very much. So I don't know if I have the right energy or not, Dream Detective Kate, but I'm not getting any stress or strife. I'm just getting happiness and contentment.
I got Ghosts. The first card I got was Ghosts of the Past. The past returns for a time. And then the shallow grave, you miss someone. I am Kali. Now, Kali in this deck represents death comes rebirth. So there could be a new awakening kind of thing. The Angel de los Muertos transitions to the spirit realm. So to put all this together, yes, you are being talked to, and they are saying hello. Kali stands out to me on this reading, that she doesn't just represent rebirth, but also protection. So some amount of protection is going on along with the rebirth. So I'm thinking that what is necessary is like a rethinking, maybe, of a situation to come forward. So, and remembering.
Yeah. Memory. It seems like your father remarried, and what was your neighbor? So that's all the people I see coming in. I wonder who this woman is I'm seeing. Would it be his wife? I'm just seeing a very happy, maybe that, I don't know. Yeah, they're waiting for sit down to have some iced tea with you.
Okay. So I hope that helped.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next we have Judy. Judy B would like a message from Pete. He passed
Pete. Hi, Judy B.
2022.
Okay. From Pete.
A former friend and boss. So Kate said, the only woman was my best friend when I was small.
Oh. Maybe that was her. All right, Pete. Was Pete always late? Did he always come to the office a little late? Or was he fussy about people who were late? I'm hearing that something about being chronically late. It was either him or you that was, or somebody that was chronically late, and he was a good boss where he would flow with that a little bit, and people would just sort of roll their eyes of, oh yeah, 15 minutes is on time or something like that. So I'm picking up that, and I feel like he was a quiet person with a very good sense of humor. He talked about conversations and jokes that I guess you guys would sit around after work and talk, or that you would have very good conversations with each other. He would watch others, not so much. Yeah. But he was a good friend where he would actually sit down and have a real conversation with you and with other people. Very sincere. He valued his friendship with you very much. I don't know if he was a little bit of a loner, but I feel like the friendships he had in work were very important to him and very close. Let's see. You can go ahead.
Okay.
See if I get something else.
The first thing I got, Judy, was the Page of Cups. And see, she's kind of watching the water run through that spoon there. And she has her cup. There might have been a little bit of emotion involved. That there was, it may be like sadness for his passing. The leaking water makes me feel like it was sadness. Then I got the Knight of Cups, which is him, that he also, his feelings were tied up in it, that he valued your friendship and wanted to hold on to it. That's the Four of Pentacles. Wanted to hold on to not just the business, but to the friendship, that it was very important to him. The people around him, the business was important, and he was making his, he was doing well for himself. But what was most important was the people. Passed on a cruise ship. That makes sense with all the water I'm getting. But he also, just really valued the business, but also the friendship, the people that he worked with, and especially his friendship with you, specifically with you. And he felt like it was the fulfillment that he needed, why he pursued that, what he was doing, that business, was the fulfillment that he got. Did you get anything else there?
I'm going. Was he gay or was he a bachelor? Yeah, I just feel like he was a very sensitive man, whether he was gay or not. That he was somebody who really lived in his own head, and he recognized quality people. So that's sort of what I got.
So,
yeah.
Yes, and that's what I got, very similar, that he was almost stagnant in his emotion. He did have many friends called upon me during his retirement.
Yeah.
When he had cancer. So he was a sensitive person, and almost to the point that it stopped him in his tracks. But he felt fulfilled, and he had a full life and enjoyed what he had. So I hope
that's Judy B. Thank you for letting us practice.
Yes. Let's see. Lisa Niedermeyer would like a color reading.
Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Let's see. You know, Lisa, I'm coming up with white for you. You know, sort of like a blank canvas, or that you have a lot of choices and you have the ability to create the life you want in your interior and in your spiritual connections. So it's actually white is actually the lack of color, which means that you can create that you can move forward with ease and go and create what you want.
I got you, Diana.
That you might want to start practicing a lot some mediumship or cards yourself. I don't know if you do that already. But it would empower you to do so.
That's almost exactly the same thing I got. The first thing I saw was white, but then I also saw gold. And to me, that means that you can bring your abilities are coming forward and ready for you to use. That you would be, more content if you would embrace your gifts and your abilities, and what Thayer said, bring forth practice. Just get some cards, play with people, just use your imagination. That's how you start to develop, and trust what you get. Remember that you have it inside yourself. You don't need
outside.
Yes. That you can ask for help and guidance. Guidance is more what you need than help, though. you can do it. You just maybe need to be shown the way or to find your own way. So.
Yep, I got that totally too.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time we've gotten the same colors, though.
I know. The psychic bounce.
I know.
Yeah.
So I hope that resonated with you, Lisa, and do it. Yeah, just do it. Oil painter, who is Diana Bowles, would like a color reading.
You know, I'm coming up with that nice dark purple again. You know, the purple, sort of the purple of what's on the banner. Which to me is indicating a shift in awareness and a shift of talent. A deepening of expression through your talent, and a deepening of understanding of your own abilities. I'm sort of saying in an artistic way that you have that you are in the process of moving forward into more subconscious work that comes out in your painting or your other kind of work. And I also feel that you have come to a very comfortable form of self-acceptance.
Just
so
quickly,
I don't know if it makes any sense to you.
I want to acknowledge what Lisa says. I live in an apartment, nothing but white walls, surrounded by crystals. I have Oracle Tarot cards right to you. I hear voices, but no one around to practice.
Oh.
So that's some validation. Diana, wait, let me get your question back. I saw blue and green, like blue sky and green grass, that your love of nature has a lot to do with your creativity, that it helps inspire you. And you are at a place of acceptance of who you are, and that you do enjoy so much the creative part, and embracing the things that you have learned that you can do, and the things that you have embraced all of that. And let's see, that I also got a splash of yellow, so that's like I'm seeing you outdoors, like walking your dogs and just enjoying being outdoors. Yeah,
maybe that we're getting that nature and another energy is merging with you to move forward and to help with your own expression.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing from both of us.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that kind of fits Diana too, because she is, she's a gifted person in many ways. So I hope that made sense to you. And Karen asked, how big do we want to go? What about J. Edgar Hoover?
Geez.
That is an interesting energy.
I can tell you what my download is about him, that when I hear about him on the news and stuff, I have a download of what his energy was, and his energy, I think, reflected the times because very gay, he was very much a mama's boy. He was very regulated, and then he'd go off, and he was very good with people and putting himself in the right place at the right time. But he was contradictory. It was sort of very much reflective of the times. Well, in these times too, where he was somebody who spied and punished and manipulated, where he was actually like what he punished was very much what he didn't like in himself, which is very typical. But I see him as the sort of let's see. I don't try to figure out how to phrase it. He was sort of like the cop who was the abuser. Law enforcement that and everybody back then, everybody sort of was very obedient and believed, that he's got to be doing a good job, but he wasn't. I don't think that's really that much different than today, but yeah, I mean that I have a sense of him, but I have a hard time.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant energy at all.
No.
He was a product of his time. He had secrets and he was hiding things and went after people who were like him.
Yeah.
He was very emotional, but you would never see it. He was conflicted on the inside. Okay, this is the Knight of Cups. Very emotional. He was conflicted. The Five of Wands. He was internally conflicted. He felt like he was the Queen of Swords. That was who he was on the inside. And not an upright queen. He would have been this queen because of the conflict, his internal conflict, his self-hate. He worked his whole life, Seven of Pentacles, at not presenting who he really was. He wore a mask.
He wore a mask, yeah.
I can't say if he regrets it or not, Karen. I'm not getting that energy.
I don't get that energy. I don't think Trump or any of the people, Manafort or anybody, regrets what they did at all. I think they just got away with it and they did it. And the more they got away with it, the more they did it. Narcissistic personality disorder.
Yes.
Well, and
I don't know if he felt good about it is the right way to express it, but he was not. He didn't care. And that's a whole nother can of beans there, Edna May. By the way, I got your question, Edna May, and thank you for being with us. But he was, there were many facets to what happened to Kennedy. And I have in the past had a long conversation with Jackie Kennedy, and there was a lot of stuff. And at some point, maybe it will be known. But as far as him having direct responsibility, I'm sure there would have been no way to trace anything back to him if it had been. So I can't say if there was or there wasn't, but what I can say is if there was, nobody would have found out.
Smoke-filled rooms. Nobody would have found out. It's what goes on in politics all the time. And it's sort of like what they did to the Clintons. You know, you get this little ray of hope of somebody who's real and wants to change things, and other powers want to destroy it. So, no, he was kinky. He was
Yes,
kinky.
he was. He
You know,
was.
he was
So,
very kinky. Yeah.
and would have denied it
Yeah.
to the end, and did. So,
yeah. I think he lived with his mother forever, you know. So here's a man running the FBI that has never had any real life experience.
right.
You know, it never, you know, so
And had files on literally
everybody.
Everybody.
You know, because he could. You know, it was control, and they gave him a lot of power.
Yes, they did.
I'm hearing that they let me, whatever I wanted to do, they let me do it. So I did it because I could. And I had the power to do it. So,
and he wore a mask his entire life.
Yeah, he did wear a mask. And that was back in the day where everybody wore a mask, really.
Yes, that's true.
You know, they're coming off.
Nobody presented who they were.
Who they were. It was, yeah. Yeah, now that whole era is you know, it was right before the big hippie revolution, you know, the big change, because everybody had had enough of that CRAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was, I'm hearing, old establishment. So he was totally entrenched in the patriarchy. He was part of it and loved being part of it.
Yep. He went home and his mommy cooked his dinner.
Yes.
All right, you want a card? You can get a card.
Edna May would love a card. So let's change that energy.
What's the subject? You know, remember the Three Stooges?
Oh yes, I still watch
that whole kind of thing. That's sort of the you know, these people are harsh. That humor, the violence. I hated the violence in the Three Stooges.
They are still on there every Saturday evening.
Oh wow. I mean, I was bullied by my sister, so I just didn't like them. Although some of their sketches were pretty funny. All right. Edna May.
Edna May. My goodness.
So, Edna May, have you had some disappointments in your life lately? Like a friend or somebody that didn't come through for you? Or that sort of what you expected somebody to be sort of didn't turn out that way? You know, I'm also getting that you live a very private life, and that you usually don't show a lot of people what goes on inside, that you kind of have a little bit of magic moving around inside your heart. And I would step out from behind the curtain a little bit more. It's scary, but I think when you do, people are going to be a little bit surprised, and you will create new connections and new friends. That's what I'm picking up for you. Yeah, your grandson disappointed you. Yeah, well, maybe you should teach him how to read tarot cards. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Is to show more of your magic.
So I threw some cards. I know you said color card, and I do believe I have a color card for you. The first thing I got was the animal guardian. Trust your instincts.
Yeah.
You do have magic. And then I got the medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. So the disappointment hurt your heart. Let your heart be healed. Hear the information that's out there for healing. Hear it and let it heal you. The air guardian wants you to shift your perception. Look for something new, go in a new direction. So the last card is the traveler. That's you. You put on that red cloak and go someplace new. You don't have to physically go out your door. Do what Thayer said, pick up some cards. Find some form of divination that you enjoy doing and that you have an affinity for, and learn that path. Let yourself be taken on a new journey. Be the traveler. Put on that red cloak.
You know, I remember in my adolescence, I had a good friend who was quite a bit older than I was, and I came from a very formal New England. You know, everything was very formal, and I just remember the first time that she told me a story about the man she loved in the Navy that flew away in a plane, and her heart was broken. And it was the first time that an adult figure was actually honest from the heart to me. And I really felt like it created a really nice bond. It also sort of broke down the stereotype of an adult being an adult, that, you know, that kind of structure that we were talking about with Hoover. And it also made me feel normal, feel better. So I don't know if this is something that you might want to bring some of that magic or some of your private inside to maybe connect with your grandson, or maybe showing him the tarot cards, or bringing him into a little intimacy that may not have a difference now, but might have a difference in him later. And I'm not criticizing your relationship with him. Relationships are hard. I have a daughter that, you know, I've been in therapy since she was born. Okay. Cause it's hard, you know? So I'm just feeling that you have a magic, you have something very special that you rarely share. That maybe you will discern and know the right time and place to share that for a healing. So
I do think that if you get your cards out, she has a set of cards, a deck of cards.
Yeah.
So if you get your cards out and just, you know, just look at them or pull a few cards, you will. Well, that's not a new problem. I'm not making light of it, but
Yeah.
it's if you can't live his life. Like Thayer said, maybe show him the cards. Maybe you can reach him through another avenue than what you've been doing. But listen to me, Edna May. If you don't, that's his responsibility. That's not your responsibility. You, after doing everything in your power to try to pull him into real life, if none of that works, that's not your fault.
You know, sometimes relationships and close relationships can exist with somebody's failure, but it's also telling the person that you respect them and still have a connection with them, even though that there is a failure.
Yes.
And that was very much important to me during my time of struggle. And, you know, my daughter and her wife, they smoke pot every day. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's their life. So, and I mean, this is not channeling, but I have learned to build a relationship with them that doesn't, I don't talk about that anymore. It's just off the table. We have our own relationship. I love and care about her. And I don't, you know, those are her choices. That is not the center of our relationship. And I don't know if this makes any sense to you. This is me personally, not psychically. So I know how you feel. It's heartbreaking. It's very frustrating.
And you just have to find, maybe you can take some comfort in the cards. You know, maybe you can get messages in the cards. There is a new direction for you to go. And maybe it's not cards. Maybe it's something else. But whatever it is, there is a way for you to reconcile this and make peace with it.
Yeah.
And still have a relationship with your grandson.
Yeah.
Lisa said, I'm reading my unicorn deck for me right now. Support, growth, and partnership. Oracle of the Unicorns. So that is, and that's an idea too. If you have a tarot deck, maybe you would benefit from an oracle deck. You might get more easier messages to interpret from an oracle deck.
Maybe your grandson would really love learning how to read tarot cards.
Maybe so.
Maybe would tap into something he's not around. Good luck. I mean, man, raising children is very hard.
It is.
Especially if you've got a big heart, it's hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Kiba. How are you? It's nice to have you with us. Swampy said, buy some crystals. Crystals make everything better, don't they?
That's right. Great. Well, good luck. Keep us posted.
Yes, let us know.
Come back in 2 weeks. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yes. So, and don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, he's married with 2 small children.
Yeah. You know, everybody's got their puzzle.
Yes,
everybody's got to move through life, and they all have their own little life path and puzzle. And you know, I tell you, I still go to therapy. You know, I get outside help. I really do with certain things, and I've learned a lot on how to handle and how to love my daughter without being judgmental or critical, which is big for a New Englander.
And that's just a human thing.
That's human. Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yes.
Love to you.
So,
lots of love.
And you know, love is the answer. Yeah. So if you can't change them, love them.
Yeah.
So, well, that brings us up pretty close to an hour, Thayer. Do you think we should pull a card for the collective?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for letting me practice.
Yes, thank you for
practicing. Yeah.
Hopefully our messages resonated and we were able to.
Self-empowerment I'm getting is the big theme for today. is that all healing and all spiritual readings come into the self, and it's what the self does with it and how you process it. And the biggest thing I learned is asking for help, and getting help and advice from other people has been wonderful for me. That no person is an island, and not one answer, not one reading is the answer to everything.
Absolutely. I
So,
wanted the card I got was drums, which is dream and journey. So that goes along with empowerment. Part
yeah.
of the way we empower ourselves is to see where are we going to go.
Yeah.
Don't dream it, be it. Now I'm showing my age, but but don't dream it, be it. Go on the journey.
Yeah.
Follow your heart's desire.
Even if you're not sure where it's going to take you,
Mm-hmm.
to move forward. And that's what I've done. And I haven't always liked it, but usually when you pop it out to the other side, it's a relief for a little bit of time.
Yes.
So,
well,
yeah.
I love you all.
I love you all. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, Thayer, for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for letting me practice. I love it. Yeah.
Rocky Horror always for the win. Oh my goodness. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to burst out into the time warp.
I know. I love that show, man. I loved it.
I spent many midnights at that show.
All right.
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you.
And until next time, 2 weeks from tonight,
yeah,
we will be back.
Yeah. Bye.